Welcome back to the Morning Blend. Alcoholism doesn't affect just one person. It touches the lives of everyone around. John Hyatt, the CEO and president of Impact 211, is back to discuss alcohol addiction and the people who love them. Great to see you.
Thank you.
It was nice that Jess shared her personal story of recovery. He's been sober 3 years. There must be a point at which alcohol and the experience of drinking enters someone's life.
Yeah, well, it was terrific of her, and you can see that the stigma is starting to melt away a little bit, and people are more comfortable talking about it, which is really important that we can bring it out of the shadow and bring it into the mainstream and really talk about it. So when I talk about when does it enter somebody's life, I think we can start by talking about when you have kids, right? So kids are very vulnerable. They're insecure, they're trying to fit in, and so as parents, right, how do we protect our kids? We know that, for example, when parents are actively participating in their kids' lives, that the likelihood that they're going to drink goes way down. We know that when parents binge drink, they tend to have kids that binge drink. So parents have everything to do with setting the tone in the environment for how to protect your kids.
It was interesting mentioning binge drinking. I know from something I read, it's highest between the ages of 18 and 24. And some people who binge drink at that age don't go on to continue to binge drink. But for some of them, it does become a problem at other times in life. But it's that experimentation. And some people will acknowledge that experimenting is a normal part of growing up. What's your thought about that?
Well, again, that's the sort of what our own attitude as an adult is, right? So if we think that this is a rite of passage, that kids are going to do it, that there isn't anything that we can do about it, that we might as well, you know, try and talk to them about safe drinking and those sorts of things, I think that's sending the wrong message, right? So, for example, kids that start drinking before the age of 15 are 4 times more likely to eventually be diagnosed with alcohol dependence. So if you can put that off, and so you're given a clear message that says, look, you're not 21, you're not old enough to drink. There are bad things that happen to kids. We know that the incidence of accidents, injuries, violence, homicide, suicide go way up with kids that are drinking.
Important to be thinking about those things and not just thinking it's a normal part of growing older. Are there warning signs that you can tell parents and other loved ones, young people too, should be aware of when somebody might be heading down the wrong path? So
the warning signs are everywhere, right? And we just, because of the drinking culture, we don't see them. And so when you think about that you're struggling at work and you've had an accident or an injury, or your relationship with your spouse is crummy, that you tend to blame it on your idiot boss, or your unreasonable spouse, or you're just bad luck. And if you go back and you look at the thread, that the alcohol was a component and played a part in that. So you're missing work because of your drinking. You're saying things to your spouse when you're drinking that you ordinarily wouldn't, and then you had a misstep and you fall and you sprained your ankle. So those are the kind of signs that are out there. We call it connecting the dots, and really looking at what are the things that's going on in your life and what are the connection between that and your drinking.
That's a great point. What about conversations you should have with a loved one when you think drinking is a problem? Because I think a lot of people struggle with approaching that person, not wanting to hurt them, not wanting to have an awkward conversation, not wanting to intrude in their life.
Right. So the worst thing you can do is not have the conversation. So have it. Just talk to the person from a place of love and caring and concern. I've been noticing this. What do you think about that? Is it possible that you're having too much to drink? Is there somebody that we could talk to about this? An expert, a healthcare professional, somebody through your employee assistance program. So have that conversation. Don't be afraid that it's going to make it worse. It might be awkward, it might cause upset, but in the end, you'll be better for having the conversation.
You have a wonderful event coming up that I'm excited to be part of. Thanks for asking me back again this year. It's on September 19th at the Wisconsin Club. It's called The Higher Ground, a love story. Impact 211 provides all of its services at no charge to people, and alcohol is just one of the things that you provide help and assistance and resources to, because you told me during the commercial break, there are lots of different paths to recovery and healing, but this event is a great opportunity to support the services you provide to our community.
Yep. So if you have a concern about your use, you have a concern about a loved one's use, you can call us 24 hours a day and talk about that. How do I approach the person? How do I know how significant of a problem I'm having? What are the resources? Where can I go? And as I did say, people recover in lots of different ways. There are self-help groups, there's formal treatment programs, there's things that cost money, things that don't cost money, and we can help you figure all that stuff out.
It's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing this information with us. The event again is Thursday, September 19th from 5:30 to 7:30. It's at the Wisconsin Club. Higher Ground, a love story. You can get tickets and find out more information about the services they provide in this event by calling 414-302-6624. Tickets are still available. You can also go to impactinc.org. Or if you need these services that we just talked about, again, it's a free resource and they have skilled counselors to talk to. It's 211. Easy to remember. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.